Amsterdam. For many individuals, seeing Amsterdam is the stuff of fantasies. It's both familiar and unfamiliar enough to be both thrilling and safe. It brings to mind scenes of tulips, smoking cafes, and quaint older structures. There is always something to do in Amsterdam. Whether you prefer world-class museums, architecture, history, or the nightlife, Amsterdam has a reputation for being a bit of a party town where vices may be enjoyed without worrying about getting caught. It's undoubtedly an eye-opening experience to explore this part of the city in whichever way you feel comfortable. Regardless of what you think about the Dutch government's attitude on such activities, you should have a blast in this city no matter how you choose to explore it, as long as you follow the rules and have your wits about you. Let's see best places to visit in Amsterdam. Number 1. Vondelpark. The open-mindedness of Amsterdam applies to its woodland areas as well. With a few exclusions, this is one of the few parks in the world where you are permitted to engage in behavior that is not typically permitted in public. As a location to work out or simply relax in nature, this park is also well-liked by the people. If you want to get even more out of the experience, the park also has pathways, a rose garden, and an outdoor theater. Vondelpark was started in 1965. Not just in Amsterdam, but throughout the entire Netherlands, it is the biggest city and the most visited park. This location in Amsterdam receives about 10 million visitors each year. With so many amenities available in the park, it's one of the top tourist destinations in Amsterdam to celebrate sunny days. This will be one of the top places to see in Amsterdam if you are planning a family vacation to the Netherlands. The park will undoubtedly be a hit with your kids. Don't forget to add this popular tourist destination in Amsterdam on your list of must-see locations. Number 2. Dam Sqaure. The city center, Dam Sqaure, is also among its most significant and well-known locations. In addition to being the historical hub, it is surrounded by stunning examples of architecture and significant historical landmarks for Amsterdam. This location is convenient for getting around and makes an excellent starting point for seeing the city. It is home to numerous well-known tourist attractions as well as some amazing historic buildings. Numerous significant structures and monuments are accessible on foot from Dam Sqaure. The National Monument, which honors those who died in the Second World War, is at one end and the Royal Palace is at the other. Dam Sqaure is now the hub of tourist activity in the city due to its combination of landmarks and attractions. Because of the diversity of its cultures, Amsterdam has a lot to offer visitors, from following in the footsteps of the Dutch royal family to hearing tales from World War II. Number 3. The Rijksmuseum. You must spend some time in the National Museum if you enjoy art or simply want to see some of the most incredible works of art ever created. You might even develop a new interest in Dutch painters as a result of how drastically the art differs from how it appears in print to you. The Rijksmuseum is housed in a magnificent artistic structure, and the artworks there are equal to it. Literally hours may be spent here perusing the exhibits and learning about new and familiar artists. Just be sure to study closely at Night Watch by Rembrandt. It's undoubtedly one of the most amazing works of art ever created. Some tourists only go to Amsterdam to see the art museums. The Netherlands' capital city, Amsterdam, is home to the Rijksmuseum, a museum dedicated to Dutch history and art. The number of visitors to this location in 2014 was 2.45 million, ranking it as the 19th most visited museum in the world and the most frequented in the Netherlands. Number 4. National Monument. This location may be among the top attractions in Amsterdam for someone who enjoys defense. The National Monument serves as a memorial and a tribute to all the troops and civilians who lost their lives during World War II defending the country. The monument is a representation of both pride and valor. It is situated in Amsterdam's Dam Sqaure and was constructed in 1965. The ceremony honoring the deceased is done annually on May 4 to honor all those who gave their lives in the Second World War. This serves as a motivational source and a representation of admirable patriotism. This location has become one of the most well-liked tourist destinations in Amsterdam, Netherlands, as a result. Number 5. The Royal Palace. Everybody enjoys learning about the aristocracy, and now you can see where they were born, where they lived, and where they passed away. Built in 1648 as a town hall, the Royal Palace in Amsterdam is the King of Holland's formal residence. The architecture is modeled after the structures in ancient Rome, which makes an intriguing statement in the modern metropolis. The rulers at the time had strange tastes. The Royal Palace is very lovely and lavishly furnished, making it the ideal setting for photos. Make sure to spend some time in the lavish stateroom since you can tour the interior if it isn't being used. When you explore the magnificent royal palace, you'll have a much better understanding of how wealthy royalty may be. It was inaugurated on July 29, 1655, and is situated on Amsterdam's Dam Square. The palace was initially constructed in the 17th century as the municipal hall. Its ingenious architecture ensures that it never lags behind any of the world's greatest wonders. Number 6. Begijnhof. The center of the Amsterdam Canal system, known as Begijnhof or Begijn's courtyard, is occupied by this neighborhood. In the 14th century, the location was a walled courtyard that housed the Catholic Begijn sisterhood. Since the women were allowed to quit the order, they wanted to get married. The Begijnhof wasn't a convent in the conventional sense. They started to attend services in secret at the Begijnhof Kapel, a lovely building with marble columns and stained glass windows, after the sisterhood's chapel was taken during the Reformation. Additionally located in Begijnhof, the English Reformed Church dates back to 1392. Within the Begijnhof is also the oldest wooden home still standing in the city. It was built somewhere around 1465. Number 7. Canal of Amsderdam. The Amstel River's flow was regulated and additional dry land was added to the city through the construction of the well-known canals in the 17th century. Rich merchants in Amsterdam soon realized that their palaces would also be displayed beautifully along the waterways. Visitors can enjoy a tranquil approach to see traditional Dutch architecture by taking a boat trip around one of the city's 100 canals. The canals are home to some 2,000 houseboats, including houseboat hotels. They are lined with elm and lime trees and are traversed by more than 1,000 bridges. Tour operators provide a selection of cruises, from candlelight cruises to hour-long excursions. Number 8. Red Light District. The most contentious sector in Amsterdam is this one, which also makes the city famous. It is advisable to stay away from this region if you have any doubts about Amsterdam's safety or dislike some of its more lax cultural aspects. Additionally, you would not bring kids here in any way, but when you spend time in this area, you will witness a completely different aspect of the city if you're curious and cautious. There is usually activity in this region, which is vibrant and colorful. Whether or not you agree with Amsterdam's practical approach to the sex trade, it makes it an interesting place to come and people watch. Just be careful while snapping pictures because you can get into trouble, and use common sense to stay out of any major trouble while you're there. Number 9. Jordan. A stroll around Amsterdam's incredibly lovely Jordan neighborhood is a good thing to do while there. It provides a tranquil pause to restore your energy and is situated to the west of the ancient town. This neighborhood was constructed in the 17th century to house the city's upper classes before acting as a haven for French Huguenot exiles. The Jordan is now regarded as Amsterdam's premier artistic and bohemian neighborhood. With its lovely canals, vintage shops, thrift stores, and floral alleys, there's a wonderfully calm environment. The Anne Frank House, the magnificent Gogh Museum, and the Westerkerk, a Protestant church, are just a few of the attractions. Number 10. Van Gogh Museum. The Van Gogh Museum, which is situated on the Museumplein northwest side, is where the world's largest collection of the artist's works may be found. One of the most popular tourist destinations in Amsterdam, the museum is housed in a 4-story building designed by Gerard Rietveld in the 1970s. The museum's second floor is filled with 200 Dutch post-impressionist paintings. The artwork, which is arranged chronologically, gives viewers a close-up glimpse of Van Gogh's developing style. The third tale provides details on the artist's turbulent life and the restoration work done on his artwork. On the upper floor, there's a display of artwork by Van Gogh's contemporaries, including Millet, Gauguin, and Daubigny.